I think Marjorie Taylor Greene did an admirable job last night or Sunday night, whenever you're watching this, or whatever, on 60 Minutes. I think she has the potential for being one of the most interesting and critically important members of the neo GOP, the new Republican Party, not the usual rank and file. She's got to stay away from Boebert and Matt Gaetz and be on her own. She was very wise in siding with McCarthy, who, by the way, was abandoned by those clowns who are in it for some kind of, I don't know what it is. Children, they want to enjoy their, I guess, hey, we're troublemakers, hey, okay. Life is a balance. Politics is a balance constantly. Marjorie Taylor Greene has more potential than anyone. She has to hone her. By the way, it's fascinating. People say, I'm honing in. No, you're homing in. I'm homing. No, you're honing. Learn, hone, and home. She has to hone her image, her message. That's up to her. Good luck. But in watching her last night, or whenever with Leslie Stahl, a couple things came to mind. And I think you should be aware of this. First and foremost, she should teach everybody something about being on TV. Rule number 1, you are going to say what you are going to say no matter what. No matter what they ask you, you're going to say it. You're going to say 3 things, you're going to have 3 positions, 3 whatever, and you're going to say them, okay? You're going to say them. You're going to say them, and you're going to work this in, and you're somehow going to work this into the entire event, this thing that you are doing. You're going to work this in. Okay, you got it? Okay. And you're going to time it in such a way that it works perfectly. So you're going to say it. You're going to just make sure you say these 3, 4, 5 things no matter what. That's number 1. Number 2, you always, when you're at her position, you always demand that you will record the entire event for yourself so that you can tell what is and isn't edited. Look at the Fetterman edit. That thing is one big edit. That thing was just look. Anytime you see a Fetterman, if you ever see another interview, it's going to be edited because the man, he's aphasic. He can't talk. It's sad, but it's true. So number 2, you're going to have it. So you can say, wait a minute, that's not it. You did a B-roll. You did this cutaway where all of a sudden you did that didn't happen. So understand what they will do because their goal is to make you look like a nut. Number 3, 60 Minutes recognizes they got to do something because 60 Minutes is dead. Nobody cares. 60 Minutes Australia. Now that's the show to watch. That's good. 60 Minutes, Don Hewitt's dead. Morley's gone. Ed's gone. Mike Wallace is gone. They're all Harry Reasoner. The 60 Minutes of before, by the way, the only show not to have a theme song, technically, at least up till now, it was a stopwatch. Okay. That's all. That's it. 60 Minutes that you grew up with. Next, why do you think they picked Leslie Stahl? She's not on her game. I don't want to say she's long in the tooth. I don't. Some people, Mike Wallace, at, what was he, 150 when he finally died? He was great. He was timeless. So I'm not getting into that age reference. But Leslie Stahl is, Next, the questions were lame. Lame. And you knew, Marjorie, you knew the questions that were there. You knew the questions that were there. You knew what they were going to ask. You knew what they were going to ask. Okay? This is the most important thing in the world. They knew, and you knew, and everyone knew what they were going to ask. Let me get this out of the way here very quickly, okay? Can't say that enough. Can't say that enough. You know the categories. You know it. But the most important, and listen to me here, this is what you and President Trump is going to have to do in court. You're going to have to practice your expressions and knowing when to react and how to react. You're going to know how to react, when to react, how to look and listen, how to match your countenance, your face, your facial features, your whatever. You're going to have to figure out how, when somebody is telling you this and this, you look, you learn, know how to lean in. Don't roll your eyes. Know the various things. Try something different. Now, Marjorie, Miss Greene, I'm going to read. Is it? Leslie, let me save you some time. I'll do it for you. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Right? Boom, boom, boom. Yes. This is it. We've known this. Now, with all due respect, I'm just asking, because you can be combative. I'm here to talk about me. Why are you rehashing? You can go online and read this. There's nothing new. I'm just saying, do you think I'm going to say something different? I mean, are we just killing time here? The American people right now are involved with a country, with a democracy, with a republic that is in free fall. And you're asking me about something I allegedly said 5 years ago? Now listen, I can't tell you what to do with your business. You know more. You're the journalist, not me. But I want to talk about something that matters. History is wonderful. But don't forget what Tolstoy said. History would be a wonderful thing if only it were true. Now, Leslie, I ask you, seriously, be aggressive. When you say something, learn how to lean in. Be upset. Don't be rude. Don't be contumacious. But don't look like you're sitting here taking it. You've heard this before. Yeah, I know. Let me do it for you. I can go through. In fact, I'll give you the list, right? Here's a list. This. You know what I answered this question? First time I answered this one? 5 years ago. This one 6 years ago. Why are you asking me this again? I'm sure you find it fascinating. But here's what I think is more fascinating. Ask me instead what I think about such and such. When they asked Marjorie Taylor Greene, did you say that you think the Democrats are pedophiles? Now, I've been through this. I've already been through this before. I've told you a million times. I think that's a stupid term to be using. I know it's popular, and it's kind of like the way people say, "Hey guys." It's a phrase. It's like people who say like a lot, like I was so like, that kind of thing. It's kind of a hiccup. It's a patellar reflex. But when she says, do you think the Democrats, I say, let me lean in and say, let me tell you what we've got right now. Leslie, if you don't find anything wrong with kids who are mutilated and whose genitals are obliterated and mutilated through hysterectomies, mastectomies, penectomies, orchiectomies, if you think puberty blocking, would you do this? Would you give, if your 4-year-old came and you said, Mommy, I'm a girl, and he's a boy, you're going to say, no problem. We're going to call up this Boston hospital, take care of that in a moment. No, you wouldn't do this. You know it, I know it. This is insanity. Say something. You're on 60 Minutes. You take it. You commandeer it. You own it. Don't answer her questions. What was the first thing I said? You're going to say certain things. You say it whenever it's important. When they say to you, did you really think that your statement regarding Ukraine... Leslie, have you been to the Vietnam Memorial? Have you ever seen this? 55,000 Americans died for what? And they said the very same thing you're saying. Oh, this was going to be the end of civilization. Oh, this is the domino effect. Leslie, have we not... Santayana said those who don't learn the lessons of history are forced to repeat it. Leslie, what are you talking about? You remember this, don't you? You remember this? What are we... Where, you got it? What are you going to say? You and I can go, let's knock on the door and give the news to some family that says that their young son or daughter or family member died in where? What? For what exactly? You want to risk escalation? For what? You tell me why. Because what? Putin's a bad guy? Marjorie, lean into it. You've got your... Teach people. Remember something. This is Lionel's rule of three. There's three groups of people in the world. People who hate you and are always going to hate you. People who like you and can be assuaged somewhat. And other people who, frankly, kind of middle of the road. Maybe they're, I don't know, maybe they're independents or maybe they're, I don't know. And this is the same thing for if you are testifying either on deposition, in a courtroom, understand how this thing is. People are going to be, yes, listening to your words, but they're going to be looking at your affect, at your countenance, the way you respond, the way you act. This is the thing right now. They're whenever they use the word right wing, say, Leslie, you use the word right wing. Are you left wing? No. Well, why do you say I'm right wing? What am I saying that's right wing? Define that. You can't. It's a bumper sticker phrase. Leslie, I'm surprised at you. Hit her. Put her on the defensive. Let her have to add. Of course, she's going to edit that out, and you will have that piece that you're going to say, here's something she left out. You've got to go in ready for battle. And your attitude. Look at the way you look at the camera. How do you look? Practice. Go through session after session and sit with a coach. It's called acting. Acting does not mean saying something you don't believe. Acting is not lying. People always say he's an actor. Actor means conveying through expression and mien and appearance and countenance that which you're trying to say, that which you want someone to believe because it's true. When you're an actor and you want somebody to believe that you're in a very emotional scene, you're not lying. You're trying to make your words connect, sync. It's like the old, sync with your affect and demeanor. On the whole, it was very, very good, but it's a lesson to be learned. And it's one thing, it's about stagecraft. It's everything it's a trial. It's testimony. Think about that. The Trump legal team in particular should understand. Look how you're coming across. Look how you're coming across. Are you trying to get publicity, or are you trying to make an effective move on behalf of your client? Are you trying to convey and invoke faith and the like? All right? Okay, good. Thank you for watching this. I appreciate it. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, you've got, there are some things you got to work on here. Now remember, I am a political atheist. I am a registered independent. I don't like parties. But if you ever want to hire me, either side, to give you coaching on how to say something, I'm here. It helps that the thing that you're trying to get across is something that I happen to agree with. It's very difficult for me to coach or advise somebody who's saying something that I think is preposterous. All right, my dear friends, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for notifications, if there is still a bell. I keep saying hit the bell. I think there's a bell. And subscribe to the channel and comment as you see fit.